Well, good morning, magandang umaga, and welcome to today's episode of My PI Dream. Today is build day 38. It's build day 38 here on the construction schedule for the pool build in the backyard of Villa Feliz. 38 days in the construction, but we're getting there. We're getting to the point where we're doing some finishing items on the swimming pool. A few of the major things need to be done, very little, and a lot of the finishing needs to be done. And that's the exciting time. Finishing, for me, is always the exciting part of any project of construction around your house. Well, anyway, let's go ahead and get into today's episode. Now, without further delay, let's get today's video underway. Now, what I've kind of learned to do is not even ask anymore what's going on. It's like a surprise anymore what's happening each other day. I try to guess what's going to happen, and we'll see how close my guess is to what actually is going to be done. Now, I suspect today more of the Ardal stone is going to be done because I see a lot of cement work being mixed up over there. I see a bunch of stone laying around over here, and it's going to be one of two places they're going to use that. And it's either going to be for the Ardal stone, for the sidewalk, or for putting the mix around the base of the footer for this bridge over there. I don't think it's going to be that since they started here yesterday. I think that's where they're going to take off today. We'll keep an eye and see how that goes. Now, although we are on day 38 of the construction back here of the pool, we're really on day 2 of setting the Ardal stone. We'll keep an eye and see how many days it actually takes to do all the stonework around here. Again, just like yesterday, it's a matter of doing some pre-setting, cutting, having a strategy for the way all your stone is going to lay in together so that it looks natural, doing some trimming, setting, and then using the mallet, the rubber mallet, to go ahead and put everything down and have the right degree of slope away from the swimming pool. One of the things I didn't mention yesterday was you really need to make sure that you have a slight slope, which is why we have the level here. So any of the water that collects from the rain slopes off away from the swimming pool instead of going into the swimming pool. That will also help you with any type of sand, dirt, or debris. You want it to go outside into the grass and not into the swimming pool as well. Now, before we go into the time-lapse video, so you can watch a lot of work get done in a very short period of time, something I want to mention and I want to bring up is how you interface your pebble rock, which is going to be our surface here for our coping, with our natural stone, our Ardal natural stone here. Now over here it's pretty much a no-brainer. We have the pebble rock that will go right up to the edge of this, and it will be the same height on both sides. It'll make a nice finish over here. Very easy to do, but let me show you something that's a little bit more of a challenge, and something that I appreciate that the foreman here, Obang, he and I sat down. I appreciate the fact that he takes suggestions, and well, it's easier to explain. Let's go to the other side of the swimming pool. Now you can see, since the grade of our lot goes from higher over there and it drops down, that's the natural slope of the property. This entire block slowly goes downhill from our lot to the next lot to the next lot down the road. Now this side of the pool is about 12 inches plus lower on elevation than that side over here. On the other side, the top of the sidewalk is right about, it's even with the coping area, the pebble rock that we're going to put in. But this one, I didn't want to build up this area and be above, I didn't want it to be above the raised bed garden. So I asked that we go to the natural grade level here, which means the side of the swimming pool is higher, which means our stonework, like I discussed earlier, our stonework can go here, and then it's going to have a nice finished look that goes up on the side as well. Now on the other side, when your stonework came up and it was flat going this way on a horizontal plane, they just met up right here, the pebble rock to the Ardal stone. Very easy, like I said. But over here, since we have a vertical meeting a horizontal plane, normally what you want to do on any type of construction, whether it be wood or whether it be concrete or stone, you want the top level you want the top level of your finish to cover the bottom side so you don't see the edge of the bottom side. So what we're going to do, and we discussed this morning, we're going to bring up the Doral stone first. We're going to do that here, bring it up to the bottom of where the coping is going to cover over the top of it, and then we will take the pebble rock and it will cover the rough edge of the Doral, so we have a nice finished edge that goes all the way around, and we can shape it so it's the best shaping and there will be nothing sticking out that looks rough or jagged. You can also see on top of working with the Doral stone over there, the buildup. We're trying to get to the completion of the planter that's right here in the center of the pool. So they're continuing to do the buildup, and then when they get the buildup done, then they will do the finished edge just like we have over there for the coping base, which will also be the pebble rock that goes around the top of this planter. So you probably wonder, why do we have so many people here? Well, I was at a meeting. I had to go to one of the HOA board of director meetings, and when I returned, I saw all these people here in the backyard. And let me show you. I am so excited to show you this. We have, these are the rock and stone people. Let me show you what they delivered to us today for our special stonework. Oh, oh,
they're beautiful.
Look at the color.
Yeah.
That is the exact color.
Kind of golden.
Yeah.
Oh.
And he said it will look really nice when the water starts. It'll be a nice brown when the water starts going away. Look at that.
Wow. I like the rust gold color.
Oh, that's going to be really nice. Well, this is going to be interesting now because these guys are actually starting. I didn't think they were going to be putting them in this quick, but the stone team is here, so I guess this is the best time for them to do it since it's already delivered, and they didn't waste any time here. So I watched them go out to the street, and they hand selected. Now, I don't know what the criteria that they use for doing this, but all I know is if it were me, it would never look like what a professional does. So it's better left sometimes if you don't have the skill set and never done this before. I think most of the time it's better to leave this to the professionals, especially when it has to do with heavy rocks and the chance of a heavy rock falling down on your head while you're swimming in the swimming pool. So these guys have done this before. They're the trained experts, and let's just sit back, watch, and learn.
Halo. Kaya ko dito. Ano ba yun? Yan ba yun? Ano naman yun? Yan? Yan! Hindi eh. Hindi. Ano yan? Nakanatuton ko. Ano ba yun?
So one of the things that our stone specialist asked me was about placement of planter boxes. Where do we want plants inside? So he was asking me back here, as he's building, do we want to put any type of little planters inside here for plants? Well, since this is a waterfall, it's going to be coming over the top and straight down. You wouldn't even see pretty much the plants behind the waterfall anyway, but we want to make this look like the side of a hill or side of a mountain. And what we'll do is when we start building from the top and going down to the side of it here, maybe we'll put a couple of planter boxes on the side, maybe even on the top of the waterfall, integrated in the layers of the stone that we have over here. Now we have plenty of plants over here, lots of palms, so it probably won't be necessary to do anything on this side. Well, we'll see as we start going along.
Paman kaupo niyan.
Take care. Anyway, this is the end of the day. We're going to do an end of day wrap up here in just a moment. A lot of stuff got done today. The guys started early and they actually worked late. It's after 5 o'clock right now. And we'll talk a little bit in just a moment about what the dedication of this crew, the pool team here, what they are putting into this project right here. But anyway, let's go around. Let's look at everything that was completed today, and then we'll do a final closing. Okay, well there was just so much stuff done today. What I'm going to do, I'm going to walk, and as I walk, and if I see what was done during their work schedule today, I'll just kind of point everything out. Well, I know they poured some more concrete for the little pad right here for the Red stone. It was about that deep, and they filled it up almost to the edge of the concrete hollow block, the CHB. So they did that. I don't remember now if this was done. This little stuff was done yesterday or today. Maybe it was done early this morning. This portion right here and that portion. I think it was done early this morning. Okay, let's go over to the planter. In the planter, they finally got the build up to the level just prior to where they will do the rounding edges, like you see here. You know, this is when I say rounded, the bull nose that they'll be doing, because this is where the pebble rock is going to go. So they're to that point. They'll do one more layer of build up for the pebble rock with the bull nose on the edge. I know this morning they completed all of this area right here. Well, I say complete. It's not completed, but they have the smooth edge right here. They'll be adding some more also on this edge and on this edge and a little bit on the top, because this will also have this type of a finish rounded on both sides, on this side and this side right here. This one, and once they start working on this area right here, will be the only two places where we have bullnose on both sides of the pebble rock for the coping. Now down inside the pool, remember I told you we have to do a build up. We have to bring this to about this section right here. So all this is going to be filled in. So we have about a 90-degree angle from here, and they'll finish this all off with this type of the plaster coat in preparation for the Erdal to cover the footer support right here. So they did some there. They did some work here. Remember, they had to chip out a bunch of bad concrete that was down here from the initial pour that spilled out from the formwork. They did that. So they'll continue to build this up so we have a little bit of a rounded footer here. It won't be so square. Also, they did the same thing on this side as well. Now, this is the exciting part for me today. You can see we're starting to get the stonework. The stonework is being built up. It's secured in between each one of the levels with some concrete that you don't actually see. It's kind of hidden. and we have a lot of concrete behind it that attaches to the life support system. So they will continue doing the stonework tomorrow, and this is probably several days of stonework that they will be doing. But I like it so far, and I'm happy where we're going with the waterfall. And finally, I believe, is the little Ural wall that I was talking about over here. The Ural wall, this is just loose Ural stone that's down here. This is what they're using for the source material to do the wall here. Eventually, that will be the basis for the floor as well. We'll have this on the bottom, and then it comes up on the side. And as I said earlier, what they will do, they will get a grinder. They will cut this off even just to the bottom level where the pebble rock for the coping will go over the edge of this. That's why they left extra of the Ural stone sticking up rough like that on the top of the coping base. That's our Typhoon bananas. I hope that they mature. Remember, those were the ones that were damaged from the typhoon. Now, before I close, as I promised, one of the things that I wanted to talk about has to do with the pool company. I got to tell you, I'm really happy. I'm really happy with these guys. Everywhere from the contractor himself, who we made the first arrangements with, to the foreman, to all the workers on this crew. There has not been one thing that I haven't asked for, even if it's a little change or a different design or a different material, that they haven't been more than happy to go ahead and satisfy our requirements, our desires. And also one other thing that I wanted to point out, and it has to do with the attention to detail. The guys spend so much time with attention to detail to make sure that the job is done right. Case in point, our foreman, Bing, who was working so long today. You saw how much time he spent on that Ural stone on the side to get it just right. And what I like, what he does, he is a true foreman. What a foreman does, a foreman goes around and inspects all the work of all the workers on the job, and he does that. If he sees something that he doesn't like, he works with the worker, asks him to change it to this or do it a little bit better. It doesn't really have to do that so much around here because the crew that we have here, they're outstanding, and they've been doing a great job. Again, I'm really happy. Well, that's about it for today. I just wanted to get that last thing in. And if you're interested, we have been advertising in our description block. If you're interested in looking for a good pool company, I can already endorse these guys at this point right now. You can wait till the end of the build, but if you're interested, maybe just getting a proposal for your pool, if you are in the area of their responsibility, you can contact them looking at the contact info inside the description block. And today and pretty much every day's episode that we have here. All right, well, that's it for today. I hope you enjoyed today's episode. If you did, please give me a thumbs up. Please share, and if you have not subscribed, just click on that little MPID Dream heart in the bottom right hand side of the screen. You'll be subscribed and notified the next time I upload a new video. So until such time, from right here in the Philippines, you have a wonderful and blessed day. If you enjoyed today's episode and you would like to see more just like these, just click on one of the helpful links over to your right and you might be able to pick up on some good information on DIY projects, how to, or if you're interested in moving to the Philippines and building, you'll find answers there as well.